everybody, it's Gina back in the kitchen again. Happy 4th of July. This is my 4th of July episode that's coming out here. And today we are making peach cobbler. So, to make the peach cobbler, first things first, you're going to need an 8x8 or 9x9 square pan. In here I already have my half cup butter that I needed. And you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. I am going to go ahead, I need to put this in to melt my butter. So I'm going to put that in and be right back. Alright, the butter's in the oven and that is going in to melt. Since the oven's preheating, better to do it that way, I reckon. That's how I've always done it. You do need half a cup of butter. Half a cup of butter is one whole stick, or in the case of this, about a quarter of this. Exactly a quarter of this. So, I had some that was already thawed out and all that, so that's what went in. This is my new one that I took out of the freezer that I needed to use. You're also going to need a cup of self-rising flour. If you do not have self-rising flour, you will need to add salt and baking powder because that's your leavening agent and that is what's going to make it rise. You also are going to need a cup of sugar and a cup of milk. And then your fruit of choice. Today I am using peach halves. These have been drained thoroughly and chopped up because they were in big pieces. They were in halves. So I chopped them up a little bit finer so that, you know, we can spread it out a little bit better in the pan. So, the 1 cup of self-rising flour. We're going to get a cup of sugar. One cup of sugar. And 1 cup of milk. And right now I have to use what I can find. Y'all know I shop a lot at Dollar General. So the self-rising flour is from Dollar General. It's Clover Valley. And also my milk is from there. This is what I could find when I was there. That's what they had. So we got that. Plus it's lactose free, so hopefully, you know, people here that have the lactose intolerance, I suppose, I'm hoping that makes it a little bit easier on them. So, and you do want to stir this up quite well and try to get as much of the lumps and stuff out of here. And try to drain as much of that milk out of there too, because if y'all have ever bought that kind of milk, it is not cheap. But again, it was what I had at the time. So, sometimes when that's what you can get your hands on, you take what you can get. But anyway, yeah, so happy 4th of July to all of y'all. I hope y'all have a great one. And that's for Independence Day in the U.S. and stuff. So if you're not in the U.S., I just hope you're having a good week. So, good start to the week, good day. So, I know some of y'all are in other places other than the U.S. So, Canada, UK, Australia, some of those places I've seen. I can look at my analytics and it will tell me some of that. I finally figured that one out, y'all. So, Gina's finally learning a thing or two about YouTube creator studios here. Believe it or not. So, yeah, but this is great. I know in the southern hemisphere right now it is winter time. Because we're in the middle of summer now in the northern hemisphere. I hope your winter's going well. I hope that y'all stay safe and stay healthy. So, for those of y'all that are celebrating the 4th of July, and that's the people that live here in the U.S., have a good one. If you choose to partake of adult beverages, please be aware of that and be safe. Get a designated driver. That's probably the best advice I can offer anyone, is just have a designated driver. I don't want to hear that somebody's passed away from an incident regarding drinking and driving. But, you know, if you want to have an adult beverage, have fun with it. If you choose not to, have fun with that too. Just have a good day, whichever one you choose to do. So, anywho, yeah, we've got that fairly well stirred up. I'm going to put the stuff away, the milk and the self-rising flour and that kind of thing. And I am also going to check on my butter and see how that is. I'll be back in just a second, y'all. Alright, y'all. The butter is melted. So it just took, you know, 3 or 4 minutes in the oven at 350. Next, I'm going to add this can of peaches. Now, this is a little bit bigger than the standard, like the smaller cans. It's a 29 ounce, which is 1 pound 13 ounces, or 822 grams. Just so y'all that don't use the American system, which is the rest of the world, it's 822 grams. Alright. We are going to try to scrape all of those out. And yes, this is some that I did get from the Bishop Storehouse. I've had a couple of y'all actually ask about the Bishop Storehouse, so I might do a video kind of explaining that one a little bit better. Anyway, I'm going to put in the batter part. And yes, y'all, I do try to get as much out as possible. Food's expensive everywhere right now, and I try to not waste if I can. So, anyway. So now it's time for this to go in the oven. And this will need to go into the oven until the top turns golden brown. A lot of it depends on how true to temp your oven is. But once I get through, I'll tell you about how much it took in mine. And I do have a brand new range. So keep that in mind, that my range that I have is only a couple months old. So it's probably a little bit more true to temp than some of the older ones. I know that can start going wrong, believe me. My old one had issues. So once I get done, I will tell you about how long this took in my oven, and we'll be good to go. Alright, y'all. This is the peach cobbler after it came out. It took right at 40 minutes in my oven at 350 degrees. I think that's about 170 Celsius, somewhere in the ballpark. Anywho, I will go ahead and if I can remember to type out the recipe and try to put it into both, I will. Anyway, this is going to be for 4th of July. Right now it's Sunday, which is the day before. I wanted to get some of my stuff done up ahead of time, so I'm not, you know, trying to kill myself getting through cooking. So, anyway, I hope y'all tried this. I hope you like it. And, as always, click like, leave comments, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.